Good morning, everybody. I now call this special meeting of the Anchorage Assembly to order. It is June 23rd, 2023, and it's 10:32 a.m. Madam Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Myers,
Here.
Mr. Martinez,
Present.
Mr. Rivera,
Present.
Ms. Bronga,
Here.
Mr. Johnson,
Here.
Mr. Constant,
Here.
Ms. Zalatel,
Here.
Mr. Cross,
Here.
Mr. Voland,
He's excused.
Ms. Brawley,
Here.
Mr. Salt,
Here.
Mr. Perez Verdia. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And next, I'm going to ask you one more time, Madam Clerk, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
Ms. Patel, would you read the land acknowledgement, please?
Of course. A land acknowledgement is a formal statement recognizing the indigenous people of a place. It is a public gesture of appreciation for the past and present indigenous stewardship of the lands we now occupy. It is an actionable statement that marks our collective movement towards decolonization and equity. The Anchorage Assembly would like to acknowledge that we gather today on the traditional lands of the Dena'ina Athabascans. For thousands of years, the Dena'ina have been and continue to be the stewards of this land. It is with gratefulness and respect that we recognize the contributions, innovations, and contemporary perspectives of the Upper Cook Inlet Dena'ina.
Thank you. Today, we have one item of business before us. It's item 4A, Assembly Memorandum Number AM 490-2023, Executive Appointment Confirmation Hearing. Jamie Heinz, Municipal Clerk. What's the will of the body?
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Zalatel, seconded by Ms. Brawley. Anyone wish to speak to the item? Sure. I would be happy to. It was requested that I give a bit of a procedure outline to how we found ourselves here today. So back in, I think it was January, February, the clerk notified me, Ms. Jones, that she would be retiring. A conversation we had been having a little bit over time, but she put a time bound on it this summer. And so we began having conversations. We eventually hired a recruiter from a national firm who submitted nationally a announcement of the vacancy that we had open up. And so we sought applicants from across the country. I don't remember the exact date in which the applications went live, but it was in April. They stayed open for over a month before we reviewed the applicants. We received, I think, 11 applicants, and a committee of the leadership, myself, Ms. Zalatel, and Mr. Rivera met to review the resumes. And the resumes that we had received, there were, I think, 2 or 3 that had any clerking experience, but none of them had the breadth of experience as our own applicant, Ms. Heinz. And so we reviewed the applications and made the determination at that time that it was evident who our candidate was. And so from there, I submitted on the 13th, effective on the 12th of June, a nomination to Ms. Heinz to the clerk position, which this is the item that is now before us. Anyone wish to speak? Okay, I'm not seeing or hearing anyone. I think that then that proves that the work of our small committee was effective. Working group, I should say. That our working group was effective, that we chose the right candidate, and I look forward to finishing this vote and having a new confirmed clerk. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll? Take the vote.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Myers,
Yes.
Mr. Martinez,
Yes.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
Ms. Bronga,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Constant,
Yes.
Ms. Zalatel,
Yes.
Mr. Cross,
Resounding yes.
thank you, Mr. Cross. Ms. Brawley,
Yes.
Mr. Salt.
Yes.
The
motion passes 10-0.
On a vote of 10-0, AM 490-2023 has passed the body. And now we will move to swearing in our new clerk.
Repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States.
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
The Constitution of the State of Alaska.
the Constitution of the State of Alaska,
And the Charter of the Municipality of Anchorage.
and the Charter of the Municipality of Anchorage,
And that I will faithfully perform
and that I will faithfully perform
the duties of the municipal clerk
the duties of municipal clerk
to the best of my
to the
ability.
best of my ability.
It's official.
Next on our agenda, we have audience participation. There's a lot of people in the room. Anyone wish to come speak? Anyone at all? Now would be the time. Okay, no takers. Next, we have assembly member comments. Mr. Martinez.
I just want to thank Barbara for your service, and I want to thank Jamie for stepping up into the service, and I'm thrilled that we have professionals who are willing to continue to invest their time, their talent, and their energy on behalf of the people of Anchorage. So thank you, Jamie.
Ms. Brawley.
Yeah, I suspect there'll be some similar sentiments, but Barbara, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to work with you longer, but I really appreciate all of your years of service and all your work in the community as well. And Jamie, I'm really looking forward to working with you in your new role and yeah, helping to strengthen the clerk's office. Thank you.
Ms. Bronga.
I am really excited that we have a local person that stepped into this role, that did a nationwide search and found the person right here at home. And that probably has something to do with the leadership you had. And we're going to miss you immensely. And we're so excited that you're taking on the role.
Mr. Rivera.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm very excited to see this next phase of the clerk's office and your leadership, Jamie. I think you are inheriting a really strong clerk's office, and you have been instrumental in helping to make that happen, as well as Barbara Jones, who will now hopefully be able to enjoy some amount of retirement. I imagine she's not going to be leaving us completely. Barbara, it has been a pleasure working with you over the years, from when I worked in the mayor's office to now on the assembly. During my times serving as chair of the assembly, we really got to know each other well, really got to work with each other well. And I just can't tell you how much it means to me, your service to the municipality and your service to the clerk's office, and your leadership has just been so instrumental to putting us in the position where we are now, where we're continuing to build ourselves as co-equal branches of government. And that idea, I don't think couldn't have existed without you and your leadership. So thank you so much.
Mr.
Ms.
Myers.
Jones, I wish you the very best in your retirement. And Ms. Heinz, I look forward to getting to know you better and working with you. In an effort of time and the sun finally being out, I'll keep my comments short and brief so we don't have to stay in here all day.
There is a party afterwards. So, Ms. Ellis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Welcome, Jamie. I look forward to seeing you in this role. I expect nothing but the competence you've shown already in working for the municipality. It's really fortunate that we were able to get someone with municipal experience, clerk experience, and elections experience. It's really quite the trifecta. Barbara, was a unexpected pleasure when I got elected that you were clerk, because when I was a baby lawyer, you frustrated me to no end as the director of the Anchorage Equal Rights Commission, but all really to better me as a lawyer. And it was really, really full circle. I've always respected you as a lawyer in that role, and I really looked up to the work you were doing there. And then getting to know you in this role has just really been a true highlight. So enjoy retirement.
Mr. Cross.
Yeah, I just really appreciate your service and Barb's and everybody. I have been wildly impressed with the caliber of individuals we have here, from our attorneys to our assembly staff. The public doesn't see it, but around every assembly meeting, it's like chaos in the background. There's all these laid on the table items and these scrambles to do stuff. And it's really, if you had any idea, you'd be like, why would anybody do this willingly, right? And yet they handle it with such elegance, poise, understanding, and patience. It really is profound, and I'm greatly appreciating you stepping up to the role. Thank you.
Mr. Salt.
First, Barbara, thanks. I don't know how you do the job you do. Yeah, I think it's harder than being an assembly member. I'll say probably my favorite memory is our annual Jeopardy game, which I still think is fixed and rigged. But no, just appreciate it. You the quality, the ethics, appreciate everything you've done. And then Jamie, so happy to see someone local. So I'll just look at other roles we've had in the city and ASD, where we've done nationwide searches and selected, no present company or anyone I'm talking about, but we've just selected outside people when we had the talent right here that had the experience. So excited to see you in this role and look forward to working with you.
And for my part, Ms. Heinz. Oh, Mr. Johnson, that's right, sitting over there. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, just real quick, Barbara, I will say in the short time I've gotten to work with you, I've just been so impressed by your professionalism and positive attitude. And I wish you the best in retirement. And I'm sad to see you go. I would be more sad if I didn't have so much confidence in the person who's stepping into that role. And just already seeing the level of service that you've delivered, Jamie, and also your professional and positive attitude, and just how many nice things people say about you behind your back. Like you'd be impressed. So I feel confident we're in good hands.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'm sorry I missed you over there. And so again, for my part, Ms. Heinz, I look very much forward to joining in this march to see the city kind of continue down the healing path where things are calmer than they were over the last few years, and helping you maintain the amazing integrity of the clerk's office that has been demonstrated time and time again, even through the hardest of times. So I look forward to that work. And to you, Barbara, I'm going to keep my words short because I don't want to lose the ability to talk. And I can just say, to me, retirement is putting on new tires. And I look forward to seeing what tires you put on. And with that, I look forward also to riding on the back of a bike nearby so we can chat about the future and how we'll stay engaged. So thank you for your service to this municipality for the last 24 years. And with that, the transfer is done. And I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned. We'll be reconvening at noon with a celebration with some food and some people and maybe a cake. Maybe enough cake for the entire building.